This is Cookiecraft, but no one has any cookies, so today I'm going to change that by trying out various ways of getting cookies, with the ultimate goal being 100,000 cookies. Will I succeed and become the richest man on the server? I guess there's only one way to know. Before we do anything, we need a place to store all these cookies, and I was thinking of building a giant cookie castle. But for that we need these materials. So let's gather those. And it looks like we found ourselves a pretty nice looking area. I wonder how that got there. Alright, let's get building. Now we have a place to store all our cookies and a bigger place to live too. The inside looks really cool as well, though I'll show you the inside later, so make sure to keep watching. Let's start with the first method of getting cookies, which is to plant wheat and farm cocoa beans. So first we have to make a wheat farm, since I don't have one yet. That's a nice wheat farm. Now we need to find cocoa beans, which we can find in a jungle, though I don't exactly know where a jungle is. Oh, here we go. I just built the cocoa bean farm and these things grow super fast. Look at that bean, I just planted it. So that means we have all the beans we'll ever need. And oh boy is this slow. But the methods are going to get crazier and crazier as the video goes on. And I wouldn't want to miss the last one, since we'll be making a giant factory. If you're enjoying this video, please subscribe, because for every new subscriber I'll collect another 100 cookies. So if 100 people subscribe, I need to collect an extra 10,000 cookies. And after making a giant wheat farm, a big cocoa bean farm, I started farming, and once again farming, and boy was this boring. And after having farmed for many brutal hours, I ended up with 13,824 cookies, which means we're 13.8% on the way there. We still need a lot of cookies, so let's move on to the next method. And this method is all about automation. So I should have all the resources I need right here, which means we can go ahead and build this thing. And that should be done. This means we can now farm cocoa beans and a ton of wheat, all automatically. So let's AFK for a bit and see where we end up. And after AFKing here for a few hours, we have got ourselves so much wheat and cocoa beans. So I think it's time to craft them all up. And let's use a special mod to make the crafting just a bit faster. And after counting all of these cookies, we have 27,648 additional cookies, meaning if we combine all of the cookies, we have over 40% of the cookies already. For this method we need to build big things, a raid farm and a villager trading hall. Why, you may ask? Well, villagers can trade 18 cookies for 3 emeralds, meaning if we make a raid farm, we can basically get infinite cookies. So first on the list is making a raid farm, which we need these resources for. Then we need to look for a spot. Alright, let's build this thing. And the last thing I need for this raid farm is a beacon. So let's kill a few wither skeletons. Then I watched how the wither killed itself. And let's craft this beacon. And let's place this beacon and activate it. And I completely forgot to put all the villagers in the raid farm, so let's do that right now. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now it's time to build our villager trading hall, which I'm going to combine with the giant factory we're going to make. So let's get collecting these resources. And we have all of the resources. Let's get building. And let's get all the villagers in their places. I am not gonna bore you with the rest because the villagers are all in place. And as you can see, they all sell me cookies. Now for the inside, I want to make a cool conveyor belt. And it's surprisingly easy to do. You just gotta place a piston and a few observers, and then we just have to decorate it. I also managed to hide the observers for an extra cool effect. Now I'm making some sort of cocoa bean machine where I can easily harvest all of the cocoa beans. So let's place some redstone and glass here and on the other side, and a few buttons. And that should be done. Now for the last part, I want to connect both sides and make it look very complicated. And that's that done. I think it looks really cool, even though it does absolutely nothing. And now that that's done, we only need to get our emeralds. So let's go AFK at our raid farm. Let's make one last cool montage. And it looks like we have all of the emeralds we'll ever need. And that means we can start trading with villagers. And after having traded for many hours with the villagers, we finally have the remaining 60,000 cookies, meaning now we have finally collected 100,000 cookies. So let's put them all in my cookie castle, and let's store the rest of the cookie crafters what we've done, which means you'll finally see the inside of the cookie castle. Welcome to the cookie factory.
Thank you. This looks very, very cool.
Ooh, yo, let's go.
Here all of the hay is produced to craft the cookies.
Where are the conveyor belt workers?
Yeah, I see that. That's actually pretty cool. That's actually very cool.
Thank you. Then I have some very complicated redstone
quick.
right over here.
Okay.
Definitely just not just some redstone items spam on the floor.
What does this do?
Which powers this.
That's a very quick harvest.
No.
So these are my friends.
Ah, I see. Your employees.
This is the cookie fountain.
Whoa.
That sounded depressing.
That's sick. That's actually really sick.
And then this is my giant cookie castle.
Dang, this is sick. This is really sick.
This is probably the coolest castle I've ever seen in Minecraft.
Yeah, oh, I like the candy canes.
It's just perfect.
In here we have some candy, a chocolate river,
I mean, this is some Willy Wonka type stuff.
and this is where I store my 100,000 cookies.
What?
Yeah, Yeah, well, this is, I guess this is impressive.
It's truly amazing.
It is.
Alright, there you have it. 100,000 cookies. The Cookie Crafters absolutely loved it. I hope you did too. If you enjoyed, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because for every new subscriber I get from this video, I'll be collecting another 100 cookies.
You're actually insane. Dude, if that video blows up, you're GG's.